Hi, everyone. We're going to talk today about the super seven verbs. The super seven verbs are es, tiene, le gusta, hay, está, va a, y quiere. So, on your notes, quiero que escriban es, significa, and what you use it for is she or he is. And it comes from the verb ser, which is to be. Tiene is she or he has, and it comes from the verb tener. And we were working with tener when we were doing hay que y tiene que. So that's where that comes from. Le gusta, it's pleasing to him or her, comes from the verb gustar. I, not a conjugated verb, it's just I. There is or there are. We worked with that one already. Está, which is she or he is located or is feeling a certain way, coming from the verb estar. Va a, she or he is going to, from the verb ir. And quiere, she or he wants, coming from the verb querer. Now feel free to stop and pause the video so that you can take notes at your leisure. Persona especial. We are going to be using these verbs to do interviews of each other in class and to ask and answer questions and conversation. As we've talked about in class, or I've talked about, you don't go around writing Spanish, you go around speaking it. So it's important that you can ask and answer questions, and they're going to be questions that we have to answer for every unit, and these super seven verbs are in almost all of them. So here we go. ¿Cómo te llamas? Not a verb, but important to know. And you would answer me llamo. Or if I'm talking to somebody else, I'm going to say ¿Cómo se llama? And then I would say se llama Elke. Okay, so her name is Elke, and se is a gender neutral pronoun. I'm not going to talk about gender neutral pronouns here just because of her length, but if you want to know how to use gender neutral pronouns, they're not officially approved by the Spanish Academy, but there are some things that are being used throughout South America and Spain right now. So super seven, the first one is ser, to be. Technically, we're only going to do five because we did I and tener a little. Anyway, so ser is to be. And we use this to say descriptions, characteristic, origin, profession, and relationship. When we do these super sevens, we focus mainly on two forms instead of having you like learn all of the conjugations. So es and soy. So yo soy, él or ella es. So you talk about yourself and you're talking about somebody else. So this is the full conjugation because I know a lot of you like to have it, and it's a review from last year. So yo soy, tú eres, ella es, nosotros somos, ellos son. And this would also be ellos, ellas, and ustedes. The gender neutral would be like le es y ellas son. Persona especial. Here are some questions we would use using these. ¿De dónde eres? So this is the two form. So where are you from? Yo soy de Colombia, de Cuba, de Inglaterra, de Italia. Ella es de, where is she from? It would be de donde es. And you would answer, ella es de Italia, or she's from Italy. Otra pregunta, ¿eres atlético, responsable, diferente, cómico? So what do you like? So when I say ¿cómo eres tú? That's always going to be a description. So es descripción. ¿Cómo eres? If I say ¿cómo estás? It's how are you doing? Oh, estoy bien. But if it's ¿cómo eres tú? Or ¿cómo es tu amiga? Is a description. And these are all adjetivos to describe you. So you would say yo soy atlético, responsable, diferente, etc. If I'm talking about my friend, I would say ella es responsable, atlético, diferente. So, ¿cuándo es tu cumpleaños? When is your birthday? And here I have the months: enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre, diciembre. Say that 10 times fast. Mi cumpleaños es el, here goes the date, like the 27th of October. Mi cumpleaños es el 27 de octubre. El cumpleaños de María es el 3 de enero. The next one is tener. So we have To have, and we talked about having to do stuff. So tiene que, so tiene and tengo we see are the forms we're going to be working with. This is the full conjugation. Yo tengo, tú tienes, él, ella, usted tiene, nosotros tenemos, ellos, ellas, ustedes tienen. So, ¿cuántos años tienes? You would say, yo tengo 14, 15, 16, 17 años. Ella tiene 14 años. So, she is 14. Yo tengo muchos años. I'm not going to tell you. Otra pregunta, ¿tienes hermanos? Hermanos is brother, and this is like comes from a Latin word. Yo no tengo hermanos. I don't have any. Or yo tengo ex hermanos. I have 4 brothers and sisters. And you use, of course, and we'll talk more about the gendered nature of Spanish, why we always default to the masculine, but for right now, that's what's official. So we're going to go with that for right now. But I will teach you how to do the other one. So tienes hermanos is you have brothers or sisters. It goes with both. You would say, no, I don't have brothers or sisters. And when I answer, I could say, yo tengo 4 hermanos if they're mixed genders. Or I could say, tengo 4 hermanas. Or I could say, yo tengo 4 hermanas. That means I have 4 brothers. And if you want to make it gender neutral, you would put an E at the end of this, and then that would be inclusive of everybody. So, tienes hermanes. So, no tengo hermanos or no tiene hermanos means you do not have. The no always goes before the verb. Tienes mascotas? Do you have pets? Here we have the names of some pets: perro, gato, pez, conejo, y tortuga. Let me know if you have any other pets that you would like me to know about. Yo tengo un perro. No tengo perro. Ella no tiene perro. She doesn't have a dog. Or tiene un gato. She has a cat. ¿Tienes un novio o una novia? What's the T? Yo tengo un novio. Yo tengo una novia. Means I have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Novio o novia is boyfriend or girlfriend. No tengo un novio o una novia. I'm talking about somebody else. I'm dishing it about someone else. It's él no tiene novia. Ella no tiene novia. And like that. Super 7 now, gustar. Gustar is important because gustar is different than other verbs. Gustar has 2 forms, singular and plural only. So you'll see you have le gusta when we're talking about it's pleasing to somebody else, and me gusta when you're talking about something you like. So there's only 2 forms, singular and plural. These are all the singular forms. Notice there is no yo with gusta. Never yo with gusta. Repeat after me. No yo with gusta. So it's a mí me gusta or just me gusta. There's a ti te gusta or te gusta. There's also no tú with gusta. But then notice you can do él or ella, usted or nosotros or ellos with gusta is fine. But notice there's always this little verb, this little tiny word in there. This one right here, the me and te and le and nos and les, these have to be there. So you always say me gusta, te gusta, le gusta, nos gusta, les gusta. Now, this is the second form. If what you like is plural, then you have to use gustan. So if there's an S on what you like, you have to put an N on gusta. So a mí me gustan las flores. A ti te gustan las bananas. A él le gustan las clases. A nosotros nos gustan los carros. Y a ellos les gustan los programas. So notice here we have me, te, and les are little words. Once it becomes a plural subject, that means there's more than one person. So we becomes nos, there's an S at the end, and they is more than one person, there's an S at the end. So, ¿qué te gusta hacer? What do you like to do? Me gustan or me gusta, so me gusta pintar, me gustan los deportes, which is if I like sports. Me gusta el fútbol, el pescado, la hamburguesa, me gustan los libros. A él le gusta el fútbol norteamericano. ¿Qué tipo de música te gustan? This is type, otro cognado. You'd say, me gusta la música pop, me gusta la música salsa, me gusta el merengue, me gusta muchos tipos de música. Y le gusta el rap. That's he or she likes rap. Persona español, ¿qué clase te gusta? As a review, puse las clases aquí. So ves español, inglés, ciencia, historia, matemáticas, educación física, banda, coro, tecnología y arte. Me gusta la clase de español. A él le gusta la clase de español. Okay, Super 7. A ver, we talked about this one, so I'll be even quicker. I is there, is, or there are. There's no yo, I, to, I, li. That's not a thing. It's just I. There is. It's impersonal. Ah. So, hay una mamá en tu familia. Hay dos mamás en tu familia. So, is there one mom in your family, or do you have two moms in your family? Hay una mamá or dos mamás, o no hay mamá, or you don't have a mom in your family right now. ¿Hay un papá en tu familia? ¿Hay dos papás en tu familia? So are there? ¿Hay un papá or dos papás? O no hay un papá. So remember the no goes before the verb always. ¿Cuántas personas hay en tu familia? How many people are in your family? We did this when we were working on hay que. So hay cuatro personas en mi familia. Hay cuatro personas en la familia de Alex. So here's a little story idea, and we're going to do a little practice activity. So hay una muchacha. Sara es inteligente y atractiva. Sara tiene un canguro. El canguro es adorable. A Sara le gusta el canguro. Hay un muchacho. Carlos no es inteligente y no es atractivo. Carlos tiene un rinoceronte. El rinoceronte es gigante. A Carlos le gusta el rinoceronte. A Carlos le gusta Sara, pero a Sara no le gusta Carlos. El canguro de Sara ataca el rinoceronte de Carlos y Carlos no está contento. So in this little paragraph, I want you to try to kind of read through it and see what you think it says. And you are going to look at the verbs. So I is there is, S has, Sarah likes. And then we have the other verb is está over here, which we're going to talk about in a second, which is also is with feelings. So no está contento, and he's crying. You know, he's not happy then. So we're going to go through that for now. So pause and continue with the activity on the next slide. And here it is. I will pause. Next one, Super 7, estar, to be, location, and feelings. So ser is, I'm describing you, my occupation, my origin, characteristics. Estar is, where am I and how am I feeling? So yo estoy, I am. So estar is, yo estoy, tú estás, él, ella, usted está, nosotros estamos, ellos están. So, ¿cómo estás? Look at all the emotion emojis right here, the emotion emojis. Yo estoy bien, mal, triste, enojada. Contenta is happy, nerviosa, furiosa o triste, which is sad. Y él está contento, nervioso, furioso o triste. Now we're going to talk about ir. Va a, where she is going to. Voy a, I'm going to. Now, ir is a funny verb. I always say these infinitives, which are all verbs that end in AR, ER, or IR, they're all like moms and they have like babies, but ir has all adopted babies because none of the babies look like it. So ir is a whole word, which means to go. But when you conjugate it, it's the V's. So for example, it's yo voy, tú vas, él, ella, usted va, nosotros vamos, and ellos van. So, ¿a dónde vas después de la escuela? Where do you go after school? Yo voy a práctica, voy a casa, voy a comer. Él va a jugar fútbol. ¿A dónde vas en el futuro? Where are you going to the future in the future? Yo voy a ser doctor. Él va a ser enfermero. The last one, querer. Yo quiero is I want. Very important. It can also be I love, te quiero. But in this case, we're using it as want. So here we go. ¿Qué quieres ser? What do you want to be? So quiero ser profesional, um, economista, maestro, químico, astronauta. Yo quiero ser. And then él o ella quiere ser. They want to be. So, ¿qué quieres comer? What do you want to eat? Yo quiero chocolate y helado.